We have a special guest who just
He's a great
called
friend
in.
of ours, and this is his hometown too, and his kids go to these schools too. And Senator Bill Hagerty, U.S. Senator Bill Hagerty, is joining us now. And Senator Hagerty, we're all trying to talk through this moment. I was on a flight yesterday and turned around, landed and got back on another flight to come home because this happened across the street from my daughter's school. We've wanted to hear from leaders like you and let our listeners hear from leaders like you about who are involved in the community, involved in these schools, and just let you speak to our audience.
It's absolutely heartbreaking, Jordan, what's transpired. And as you know, more facts are coming out every hour as this transpires. But what we do know is this: an extraordinarily sick individual committed an unthinkable act of evil. And the result of that has been absolutely tragic, with the deaths of 3 children and 3 adults. We're mourning together. We're mourning for the loss of the victims. We're mourning for their families. We're mourning for the Covenant Church community. We're mourning for the entire Nashville community and everybody that's touched by this. It's absolutely unthinkable that something like this could happen, but it did. I also want to say this. The Nashville Police Department did an exceptional job. They stepped up to the challenge within 14 minutes. They were on the scene. I've seen the footage. You perhaps have seen the footage as well from their body cameras. They walked into fire, and they were being fired upon, and they shut the situation down and prevented further damage and further malaise from taking place. And I've spoken to the police chief. I've spoken to the mayor to thank them and to congratulate them. I'm going to have Merrick Garland in front of me shortly, the Attorney General, to make certain that every federal resource possible from the Department of Justice is being put to bear on what has transpired right there in Nashville, Tennessee, at the Covenant School.
Well, Senator Hagerty, I think it's amazing timing that you've got the Attorney General of the United States in front of you to make sure they pledge that commitment, because we do know that this is, there's similarities with all these shootings, but in this unique shooting, it feels like with the manifesto and what we're hearing and learning more and more that this was politically targeting Christian kids and Christian students in a Christian school.
I'm going to ask for transparency, Jordan, because as I said at the outset, it's extraordinarily complex. I've heard about a manifesto. I don't know what the content of that manifesto is. I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet, but I want to make certain that this is transparent, that it doesn't get buried the way things often do, and that the public knows exactly what transpired so we can understand it and do everything that we can to make certain that people with this sort of mental disposition aren't in a position to do something like this again.
U.S. Senator Bill Hagerty, our senator here in Tennessee and in Nashville, one of our residents also. Thank you so much for joining. Go hold Merrick Garland account for this and make sure we get the resource we need.